The European Union and Japan have launched a new defence and security cooperation deal in light of growing concerns over China. The partnership calls for closer cooperation in several areas, including maritime security and cyber defence. Top EU diplomat Josep Borrell and Japanese Foreign Minister Takeshi Iwaya signed the agreement in Tokyo, calling it the first of its kind between Europe and an Indo-Pacific nation. Mr. Borrell says the pact marks a historical new chapter in the EU-Japan relationship. Both sides have expressed concern about increasingly volatile disputes over territory in the East and South China Seas.
We live in a very dangerous world. We live in a world of growing rivalries, climate accidents, and threats of war. And there is only one antidote to this world, to this challenging world, which is partnerships among friends.
And for more, Trent Murray joins us live from Berlin. Trent, we heard that from Josep Borrell there. Now, the antidote to disputation would be partnerships amongst friends. Now, what would a deal like this actually do to ease concerns or manage a volatile dispute in certainly the East and South China Seas?
Well, certainly the way diplomats here in Europe are selling this deal is that this really is about a shared threat perception and sense of urgency between both Tokyo and Europe more broadly around that growing strategic alignment between China, Russia and North Korea. In fact, many diplomats are pointing to the words of former Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida when he said that Ukraine today could be the East Asia of tomorrow. So this is a major deal for the Europeans. We know there are a number of areas where they are looking to work closer with Japan, including maritime security, space, cyber security, including foreign manipulation and interference. We are also hearing that there will be additional military training drills between, say, the Japanese self-defense forces and militaries here within member states. Now, what we also know is that much of the rhetoric around this is trying to show that it is inseparable, the security between the Indo-Pacific and the Euro-Atlantic basins. We know, of course, that these are areas which are certainly hotspots of concerns for potential future conflict. It is important to stress, though, the EU itself traditionally is not exceptionally strong when it comes to defence. Defence policy is the domain of member states at an individual level. But I think what this shows is that from a defence perspective, the EU is looking to closer align some of the member states with the likes of Japan. And we're already seeing what that looks like in a very real world example. Earlier this year, for example, the German Bundeswehr, the army here, running joint drills with the Japanese self-defense force in the region. This deal today is signalling that we will see more of that type of military cooperation moving forward.
Trent, if coordination is driven by shared threat perception, another country that would be sharing those perceptions might be South Korea. And of course, the EU's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell, is headed to South Korea next.
Absolutely. And I don't think it's by accident that he's travelling to Japan and South Korea only as part of this trip. I mean, two of East Asia's countries really that have worked very closely with the Europeans in recent years, particularly with the war in Ukraine. While Japan and South Korea has certainly not given as much military aid to Ukraine, it has worked closely on other areas like helping support the power infrastructure there, given its bombardment by the Russian Air Force. We know that Josep Borrell will be travelling to Seoul, where he's going to chair a meeting of what is known as the EU Republic of Korea Strategic Dialogue. He will also be holding talks with the defence minister there, as well as visiting the demilitarised zone and joint security area. But it is that deployment of North Korean troops to Europe, which certainly is being discussed heavily. We know in these conversations, the EU is saying without question that it does believe now that there are North Korean boots on the ground in the region preparing to enter this conflict. Josep Borrell is saying from an EU perspective, there will be, and I'm going to quote here, an appropriate response to Pyongyang's unilateral hostile act.
Thanks for that. Trent Murray there reporting live from Berlin.